In the next 5 minutes, we are going to tell you the story of the Alhambra Source, a collaborative project launched by the Metamorphosis group of communication researchers and the journalism department at USC Annenberg. The Alhambra project exemplifies the action-oriented approach we are advancing at Annenberg. Under the umbrella initiative Laboratory on the Social Frontier, or LOSF, we are bringing together projects that work with the vibrant communities of Los Angeles to foster civic engagement. These projects involve participatory research and its translation to practice and actionable outcomes. LOSF also provides USC students with rich opportunities to engage with local communities. Our team is led by USC Annenberg professors Sandra Ballrow-Keach and Michael Parks. This project was also made possible through the efforts of many community members and organizations in the city of Alhambra. The Alhambra Source is a community-driven, participatory local news website. The development of the source was informed by theory and years of grounded community research. This is one of the features which makes our project different from other local news websites. Let us tell you a little bit more about Alhambra. It is located in the San Gabriel Valley, LA County. Its population is very diverse. Out of 83,000 residents, 53% are Asian, 34% Latino, and 10% are Anglo. Why did we select Alhambra for our project? We think Alhambra is an example of one type of city increasingly common in the US, and indeed worldwide, today. Alhambra has a diverse population which includes many first-generation immigrants. The city receives very little coverage in the metropolitan and regional media. Research comparing LA neighborhoods has also identified it as an area with very low levels of civic engagement. One example of this? In 2010, city council and school board elections were canceled as nobody wanted to run against the incumbents. The framework guiding our research in Alhambra is called Communication Infrastructure Theory. In the core of our understanding of local communication infrastructure is the neighborhood storytelling network. What we call neighborhood storytelling is the daily flow of conversations, of exchanging stories between residents, media, and local organizations. Storytelling helps residents collectively imagine their community. It's what turns people who live in an area into engaged community members. In addition to the core storytelling network, a community depends on its communication action context. That context includes local resources which may promote or hinder conversation between residents, geo-ethnic media, and local organizations. For example, if neighborhood streets are unsafe, the residents will not walk around as much, thus losing an opportunity to interact with their neighbors. Our research has shown that a strong storytelling network is associated with high levels of civic engagement. We see civic engagement as composed of 3 important elements: neighborhood belonging, collective efficacy, and civic participation. Belonging measures how attached residents are to their community, how they feel and act towards their neighbors. Civic participation is the extent to which people are involved in the community and willing to dedicate to it time, money, or expertise. Perceived collective efficacy assesses how people see the ability of their community to come together and solve local problems. We have used many different methods, both quantitative and qualitative, to study the residents, organizations, and media of Alhambra. What we found out is that Alhambra has 3 primary storytelling networks, one for each major ethnicity. The 3 are quite separate. Asian, Latino, and Anglo residents do not seem to interact much. Each ethnicity connects to different organizations and has its own preferred local media. We are working to bridge those separate networks and facilitate intergroup interaction. Our objectives include creating a common space where multilingual storytelling can take place in the primary local languages, that is, English, Spanish, and Chinese. We strive to cover important and interesting local stories. We are interested in learning more about the potential of new media as a driver of civic engagement in general. Finally, we hope our project will serve as a model for the development of other community news platforms in diverse neighborhoods. During its first year, our editor recruited more than 50 community contributors of all ages and ethnicities. The site published over 500 posts about Alhambra issues. We worked with local schools, established contacts with organizations, brought residents' questions to city officials, and organized many events. The project received several awards, including one for excellence in youth reporting, which we are particularly proud of. We published journal articles and book chapters, and often presented our work to academics, practitioners, and residents. We find the evaluation component of the Alhambra project to be particularly important. We want to know whether our work has an impact on the neighborhood, how we can increase levels of civic engagement, enhance intergroup dialogue, and help residents collectively imagine their community. To do all of that, we use a wide range of instruments for evaluation. In 2010, we conducted the first wave of a trilingual survey with local residents. The survey measured traditional and new media use, interpersonal and intergroup interaction, connections to local organizations, and levels of civic engagement. We conducted focus groups with residents and business owners, as well as interviews with local organizations, media producers, and city officials. We are monitoring media content and tracking the shifts in public discussion around local topics. Web analytics tell us more about the way people use our site, as well as our Twitter and Facebook pages. Last but not least, we receive constant feedback from residents, contributors, and city officials. Thank you for watching our presentation. Please visit our website at alhambrasource.org. The Alhambra Project is based on grounded community research with actionable outcomes. To find out more about Metamorphosis academic works and other LOSF projects, go to www.metamorph.org. You can also visit our site for practitioners, metaconnects.org, to see examples of research in action.